Hey everybody, today is day, I don't know, 8 or 9 of my Facebook Live challenge, and today I'm talking a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes of Courtney Harris coaching and what it's like to be me for a day. So because I'm out of my regular element, I'm here in Northern California, way north, like 3 hours north of Sacramento, and it's beautiful. You can see the trees behind me, and yeah, it's gorgeous. I'm not at the coast, so it's been pretty warm in the upper 90s, but I'm on vacation visiting my aunt. So I can't show you my workspace. I can't tell you about my typical life or give you a tour of my life back in Austin, but I can tell you a little bit about the rituals that I use in my life, the rituals that help keep me thriving, and the just kind of the behind the scenes of what I do in a day. So I'm gearing up for back to school. So I am a part-time learning specialist. And so in about just a week, not a week, in 5 days, I'll be back on campus. And of course, I'll have teacher in service and I'll have about a week before my students arrive. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what a day is like for me when I get back to school. So my morning starts out about 5:45. I don't like to wake up on fives though, so I wake up at 5:46. And I first of all wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I sit down for meditation. Well, actually, first I do a little bit of movement, some cat-cows. I do some neck stretches from my chiropractor, my daily homework, and I just kind of move a little bit until I feel like I got the creaks and, got that stiffness from laying in bed out. And then I set a timer for 10 minutes, and I sit in meditation for 10 minutes. I typically start out with a breathwork practice that's a balancing breathwork practice or a pranayama in which I do alternate nostril breathing. So I'll breathe in through the left and then breathe in through both nostrils and then I cover the left, breathe out the right, breathe in both, cover the right, and breathe out the left. And I do this for about 10 rounds or just kind of until I feel like I'm really watching my breath and I'm really present and able to observe and feel my breath. It's a grounding breath, a calming breath. So if you struggle with anxiety at all or you wake up with racing thoughts, I highly recommend this breath practice. After that, I'll sit for whatever time is left in the 10 minutes. And sometimes I practice a mantra. So this is something I've talked about in other videos where I breathe in and think about what I want to receive, love, support, joy, and then I breathe out, stress, anxiety, disease, whatever's going on for me. And so I will do that for a bit of time, and then I'll sometimes just try to feel my energy. So the 10 minutes, I don't know, every day is a little bit different the way that I spend it, and sometimes I'll even just stay a bit longer after the timer goes off. But that's a crucial part to the way that I start my day. After that, I pretty much eat a similar breakfast most days. So these days I'm eating oatmeal with ghee, which was recommended by my yoga therapist. And that is a grounding breakfast as well. And so during breakfast, while I'm cooking breakfast, while I'm waiting for my oatmeal, I do a crossword puzzle. Anybody else out there? Crossword puzzle? I got the idea from a close friend, and so now every day, if I get a really good time, it's the New York Times free crossword mini. And if I get a great time, I'll text her and ask her what her time was or tell her how great my time was. So that's just getting my brain going, getting started, and easing in. Then after I let my oatmeal sit, and I'll finish getting ready, doing my hair and my makeup, getting dressed. And then over breakfast, I will usually look at my bullet journal. And that's the planner system that I use to stay organized in both my work, in my coaching business, in my school life, and in my personal life. And so I just kind of look ahead. What do I have today? I'll prioritize, make my list of what I need to accomplish and in what order. And then I'll drive off to work, and I work a half day as a learning specialist. And so I work individually with students or in small groups up to 3 students, and we're working a lot on reading and math intervention, and I work with K through 8th graders, so kinder through 8th grade. And after that, I usually drive home, make my lunch at home, And then my afternoon is the time that I use to make contact with clients. I have calls with clients. I hop on Facebook and run my private Facebook group for parents, or, dig into the challenge that I'm developing, or I might work on a blog post. I might just be building content in other ways. So my afternoon, I typically spend about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, building content or talking with clients. And then each evening, or sometimes I actually fit it in earlier depending on the time of my calls, I will attend a yoga class or I will go on a walk. So at least I try to do 5 to 6 days a week of activity, and yoga is one of my strongholds. It's something that has been a part of my life and a part of my practice for about 9 years. And so at least 2 to 3 days a week, I go to my local yoga studio, and I have some favorite teachers and great practices and great friends there that I'm in class with. And so I'll attend one of those classes, or I find a natural place to walk. So it might be my neighborhood, it might be the Greenbelt or Town Lake in Austin, but I like to get about an hour to an hour and a half of a good walk or a great yoga class in. Then home cooked dinner almost every day of the week. And my bedtime ritual, which I'll also share with you, is reading. So I do work hard to get off my screens well before bedtime. That is a challenge. That truly is a challenge, especially having an online business with so much going on my devices. There's the temptation to do one more thing. So I talked with my friend Jess about this before, but it's that one more thing that I can fit in. But how many times do we say one more thing until we surpass the limit, until I'm overtired now? So I am pretty dedicated to my bedtime. I like to be in bed about 9:30, lights off between 10 and 10:30, but I like to reserve that last half an hour to hour for my reading time. So no screens, just in bed, relaxing and reading. I do have another routine that I have struggled with these last 2 weeks as I've been traveling, but I have a 1-sentence journal, which is it's a 5-year journal, and every day of the year you write down one sentence, or you can fit a couple sentences on the given lines, but the point is a succinct summary of the day, or a succinct summary of an amazing memory or a challenging time, just the highs, the lows of the day and what came up. So that's another ritual that I have as part of my day. So I'll kind of list off again the main rituals that help me to thrive are: number 1, my morning meditation and sitting practice. Number 2, referring to my bullet journal, getting my priorities in place, making sure I know what the day and the week ahead looks like. Number 3, physical activity, a walk or a yoga practice. And number 4, quiet time in the evening. And so this will be typically it's my reading time, and it's also a quick journaling time. So of course, throughout the day, I have opportunities in the evening. I like to share time with my partner and have dinner together. Throughout the day at work, I am busy talking with students all day. And then when I come home and do other work, my second job, I'm talking with clients all day. So there's a lot of stimulation and interaction. And that's why these rituals, which are my own personal rituals, really feed me and fuel me and keep me thriving. So that's a little bit about me behind the scenes, a little bit about what it's like to be me for a day. So I'd love to hear what rituals you turn to, or what rituals keep you thriving, and what some of your important daily routines are. So comment below, let's share, and let's keep these routines and rituals in place so that we can be thriving and not just surviving. Okay, talk to you all soon. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.